I love her. Anyway, hello everybody, and it's so good to have you on the line with us. Thank you for taking the time to be here. And my story, real quick and simple. Uh, I always thought about, good health and eating good, or I thought I was doing good. And then when my husband got really, really sick, I focused on him and forgot about me. And taking care of him, I got so stressed, so I started doing bad things like eating a package of cookies before he get home from work, or eating 3 candy bars before I got home from the grocery store, because I was so stressed out and worried about him and taking care of him. And I thought I was eating okay, and I figured, what's 3 candy bars? I'll work it off, because I was working hard with exercise and with other things. But then, and I didn't notice what I was doing to myself until I went to, I saw that picture that Nova took of me at Kathy Kost wedding reception, and oh my gosh. And then when I went to buy a new pair of slacks, I had to buy a size 16, and that's when I stopped, because I was not going to look like my mother. I love her, but I didn't want to look like her. And so and then the transition program came out about that same time. And I wanted to teach it because I love to teach, I love to help people, and I love people just in general. And but my first class, nobody was listening to me because I was heavy. And so I decided to do the program with them, and so within 6 months, I lost almost all of my weight. It was about 50 pounds, and I lost about 18% body fat. And I'm still working on it. Takes time to lose the last part of it, as you all know, but I'm down to size 4, size 6, and I feel good. My energy's back. I feel good, and for an old lady, I'm in pretty good shape. Anyway, that's my story. So we'll get started. I think a few more people jumped on because I heard clicks. So. Okay, and we have to read this. We have to read this screen, as you all know, that the FDA does not has not been evaluated by the FDA, and it's such a joke. So we'll just move on. Okay, and this screen here, and you can read these screens. I'm not going to read all these screens because what I want to do is enhance the screens for you. And so, health is so huge out there. How do you back up? Yeah, because we clicked on it before. I don't know if everybody got to read it. Thank you. So, the World Health Organization, this is what they defined health as. And then when you go to the Webster Dictionary, oh, sorry. This is definition in the Webster Dictionary. So, and there's the symptoms of disease. Symptoms are what they are. So we have to just like work with our symptoms, and if we can take care of the symptoms, a lot of the issues just go away, and they do. So, and body fat, when you assess your situation, men always have a better road to go down when losing weight. Their body fat is a lot less than ours, and it's because of our hormones, our body structure, and everything about us as women. So when you're losing weight, do not, as a woman, do not get discouraged when you see a man on the same program and he's already lost it like yesterday, and it's because of the way their body is. And today, the Diabetes Federation, they state that an average person for a man, 38 inches is good, and then for women, 32 inches is good. But that doesn't mean we're healthy, okay? You can look at a woman or a man and see them very slim and trim, and you think, wow, they're so healthy. They must do really well with their diet. And that does not mean they're healthy, okay? That could they could just have as many problems or more problems than an overweight person. So you can never assume. Okay, and excess fat. I mean, the greater risk of more than what you see here. You know, heart disease and breathing problems that comes along with emphysema and asthma. You know, and disability, and they're finding more and more cancers because of obesity. You know, and also the reason of the higher mortality rates is because our heart is in jeopardy, okay? And our lungs and everything is in jeopardy because you're carrying way too much fat on all those organs. So it causes you to die at an earlier age than you should, okay? And men, you see here, men has grown, their waist has grown, and so has women. And that's not a good sign. That's not a good thing. And this screen here is unbelievable. But, you know, 3.8 million Americans carry over 300 pounds. That's, oh my gosh. And those are, you know, I was considered obese, okay? And I was close to morbid obese, okay, because of how much I weighed. But most people that fall in the supermassive category, you don't even see them on the road or out about because they're too embarrassed. They can't find clothes to fit them. They can't get in their car anymore, or they just don't have the desire. They're depressed. They're unhappy, and a lot of that is because of their weight. And then, you know, it's like a vicious circle. You know, you're depressed, so you eat, and so, you know, and depression brings that on, and then overweight brings on depression. And there's so many, this program can help you reduce so many risks that include different diseases, and a big one is diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is on the rise, like big time, and obesity is way, way off the charts. Our children today, American children, are 32 to 35%. So if an American child is at 32 to 35, what are their parents? And obese children come from a home that has obese parents. The Asians and the Spanish, they're even higher. They're all around anywhere from 37 to 45% obese of them are obese, okay? So we need to wake up and start changing this country with better eating habits. But you have, when you have a new lifestyle, your energy changes dramatically, and you feel good. You look in the mirror and, oh my gosh, I look good, you know, and your inflammation goes down, especially for people with arthritis. You won't be as inflamed. You won't have the achy feeling. And when you have a diet that is alkaline, you're more apt to have less issues with acidity, like with the liver and the colon, you know, and the kidneys. You won't have those problems, okay? There's 5 flab factors that make it difficult for people to lose weight, and a lot of people have gone through all of these, and some people have gone through maybe 1 or 2. I've done just about every single one, and when you go through all this, and then when you do find something that really works, it is a little bit more work for you to get there, but once you get there, it's not that hard to stay on the wagon and keep going, okay? Once in a while, it's okay to fall off and treat yourself, but it's easier to get back on once you find it, okay? And stress is a huge, huge thing out there today with the economy the way it is, and, you know, raising children, going to school, working, whatever it is you're doing, your stress levels are very, very high, so your body reacts to that, okay? So we need to learn to reduce our stress, no matter what it is, with yoga, with deep breathing, with taking a walk, you know, listening to some music, listening to JR. He'll help you, you know, and you know, and stay away from the negativity, And sedentary lifestyle is so huge today. And get away from that TV for a while, you know, and get out there and work your business, or get out there and go visit, get out there and network, get out there and exercise.
Take your dog for a walk.
Yeah, take your dog for a walk, or your kids, take your kids for a walk, and or you and the wife or girlfriend, or you by yourself go for a walk, put some earphones on and just start walking. Walking is a huge, huge thing for you to do. And if you walk, my neighborhood is about 1.25 miles, and if I walk that every day, one time around, in 1 month, I'll lose 5 pounds just by doing that, nothing else. So, because I measured it and I did it, and I didn't, and I mean, this was before transitions because I was trying to lose weight for a party. So I didn't know what else to do. Nothing was working. So I did that, and it worked. So there's a lot of things you can do, and there's a lot of ideas that we can go over, okay? And breaking the weight gain cycle is so important for all of us to do. And the yo-yo dieting and the crash dieting, that is very damaging for your body. And your up and down sugar levels when you're doing the yo-yo thing and the crash dieting, your brain is saying, what are you doing to me? You're starving me. So then when you do eat something that is healthy, it's going to turn to sugar because you've been starving yourself. So no starving yourself. It's not good. And overeating, I mean, I don't know about all of you, but I came from the era that you clean your plate. Okay, so I don't clean my plate anymore because when I'm full, I stop. I don't overeat, stuff myself because I don't want to waste food. Okay, don't listen to those people out there. There's starving children in the world. Don't listen to them. Okay, or use a smaller plate. I do that sometimes. I use a smaller plate, and I get the same amount of portion that I always do, which isn't very much, but my plate is full. You know, so that's a good thing to do. But stress, you need to get rid of your stress because that stress can bring on heart disease and cancer also. And heart disease and cancer are right up there, the number one and number two reasons that people are getting sick and dying too soon. Okay, diets, I know, are everybody's problem because diets do not work, okay? You didn't fail the diet failed you, okay? And diets increase your carb cravings, and we all need some carbs in our body. The FDA states that we need 25% carbs on a daily basis. And when you go on a diet that tells you no carbs, that's not a good thing to do. You need those carbs. It's very, very important, all right? And diets lead to water and muscle loss, not fat loss, and it's so important to not lose muscle loss. And once you lose it, it's very hard to get it back. You can get most of it back, but not all of it. And so, but you need to work really, really hard at getting it back. And what you want to do is you don't want to decrease your metabolism either, because that's your energy that keeps you going. So you want to increase it, not decrease it. Okay, these are some of the more popular diets. Okay, a calorie restriction diet, it always slows down your metabolism, and when you're on a restriction diet, you're always going to be hungry. Okay, because you're only allowed 1,000 calories or 1,500, whatever the diet requires. But in transitions, the lifestyle, that we count no calories. And you will not believe when you go through this program how much food you can really eat. I mean, it's amazing. You'll be surprised. Meal replacements. I really do not like this at all. I tried this, but meal replacements, the shakes are high in sugar. And sugar, I mean, cancer feeds off of sugar, for one. And you don't lose weight by drinking these shakes. And you get hungry. I mean, you're hungry because the sugar is making you hungry. Okay? You'll drink it, and 2 hours later, you're hungry because of what the sugar is doing to your body. And it sends your sugar level, your blood sugar levels on a, like a roller coaster. So it's not a good thing. And most people with this diet and like the other diets gain their weight back within 1 year, and the majority of them gain back more than they lost, 5 to 10 pounds more than they lost. Okay, this is that low-carb diet that I was telling you about, and it says right here you need 25 grams of good carbs. And we'll talk about the good carbs as the program goes on, what's a good carb, what's a bad carb, so you can know the difference. But excuse me. But you need to be really, really careful, because low carbs can also cause fatigue and constipation, and that's not a comfortable place to be. Starvation. When you go on a diet, your brain, I mentioned this a few minutes ago, that misreads the lack of food, and so it thinks that you're starving yourself, and it doesn't know that you have a refrigerator and cabinet full of food, so it's starving yourself. The brain is thinking you're starving, so that's how it reacts, and your blood sugar levels are, you know, on a downward spiral, and then when you, like I said, when you do put something in your mouth that even if it's healthy, it turns to sugar. Okay, and how this impacts your metabolism, I mean, the objective is to maintain your muscle mass, which is very, very important, while losing fat, and most diets fail at this, and they always do, okay? Thank you. And muscle burns calories, so that's a good thing. And the more fat you carry, the fewer calories your body's going to burn. So in this program, we always repeat it constantly until it gets embedded into our brain that muscle dictates metabolism. That's so, so important to remember that, understand it, and just keep repeating it to yourself. Okay, and carb sensitivity. So many people have gone down this road, and I know I have, and a lot of people have, because we go on the different diets, so then we become sensitive to carbs. Okay, and the body's insulin response becomes ineffective due to prolonged low-carb dieting, and you don't want that. And your blood sugar levels go too high, and the result is your body doesn't respond to insulin. And then you start having other problems too, which you don't want. Okay, we have a study through the Alternative Complementary Therapy magazine, and we did a study with Ornish, Weight Watchers, LA Weight Loss, Atkins, okay? And we went through all that, and within 1 year, the people that stayed on those diets only lost 10 pounds. That's very discouraging, to work so hard on a diet and only lose 10 pounds. You know, I mean, I wouldn't have been happy either, and I wasn't. And you want to lose more than that in a year. I mean, I lost all of mine in about 6 months, and I didn't even really work hard at it, but I did want people to listen to me, so that's why I did it, okay? And you can lose 10 pounds from our program just by getting started and doing some people doing the cleanse, doing the cleanse in the journal, or the detox that Michelle sent you. It just depends on your body, of course. And these are just some reviews, you know, that you can go over and that you can read. And the people who, there's one key factor here about the daily records. It's so, so important to journal. And when you journal, you get better results, and that's a proven fact, okay? And when you're journaling, you're also being accountable for yourself, and then you can work, and we pair you up with a partner, and you can help each other, and then Michelle and I will also, you would be accountable to us also. But journaling, I just can't stress how important that is for you to do that. Okay, these are just some facts and figures from the lady that put this program together. And low GI eating can help stabilize your blood sugar and improve your insulin. Because who wants to become a type 2 diabetic, or even a type 1, which is worse? Okay, and your insulin levels are key factors responsible for heart disease and hypertension. okay? And we don't want to go there. We want to stay healthy and so we can enjoy our life. Transitions is not a diet, okay? It's not a diet. It's a way of life. It's a lifestyle change. It's not the same at all as any of the programs out there, okay? There's no comparison. But it's not a quick fix either. You're not going to be able to drop 5 pounds for tomorrow night's party or Saturday night's party. You have to work at it, okay? But once you start working at it, it goes away and it doesn't come back as long as you stick to the lifestyle. Okay, and this is what we do in the classes to get people on the right track for a better healthy lifestyle. Is we help them to understand healthy eating habits through the glycemic index, and we also help them with the behavior modification through the transition journal. And journaling, I mean, I'll say that over and over again, how important it is for all of us to keep a journal. And then Michelle and I would go over it with you, okay? And your stress, stress is like so huge. Sometimes I still get stressed, and you just have to. I do things to help calm me down. I take deep breaths. I take a anti-stress tab that Market America sells, which work very well.
Or on the Bliss.
Yeah, or the Bliss, either one. And because if you're stressed out, you're not going to be able to lose weight. Okay? If there's just too much stress in your life, you have to get rid of that first. All right? And we also offer a guidebook, which is a very small book that you can carry it around with you in your purse or your pocket. And when you go to the store, you can flip through it to see what you need to buy. And we'll also help you with that, to guide you at the grocery store. We do have transition entrees, but we do not ask you to live on them. They're a good quick fix, for somebody that's like been gone all day, walking in the door, and need to leave in a half an hour. Then you grab one of those and eat it. Because they're not too bad. I've had several of them. And the DVD support series, we will go through that every week, the DVD, and what we'll ask you to do is to watch it, and then we'll discuss it on the phone with each of you. And then the website. The website is huge. You can go on there and look at it. It's transitionslifestyle.com. It's very doable. It's $5.95 a month. And that is something that somebody wants to get on the website and, purchase that, it's something that after the class you can do that, and then it'll help you stay on track. It has recipes, meal planning, exercising. You're able to talk to different people on there, and there's also a chat board. So it's a really, really good website. And exercise. Exercise is very, very huge. And I know for a fact that I say the same thing. I don't have time to exercise. I work. Well, we all have to take time to exercise because it's our body. God gave us one vehicle, so we need to take care of it now. Because when we get to 70 and 80, we still need to take care of it. But if we take care of it now, we'll feel better at 70 and 80. Okay, these are some pictures of good food, and it provides an awesome support for eating for your whole life, and it helps keep your blood sugars level. Okay, and that's so, so important with how you feel, with your energy, with your weight, and everything. And it helps keep our heart healthy, and that is so, so important to keep our heart healthy, so it can, because it's one of the heart is the hardest working organ in our body. So we need to baby it. We need to take good care of it. We need to spoil it. These are pictures of some foods, low GI foods versus high GI foods. And in the journal, you'll also see, you also have a list of low, medium, and high GI foods. And in this program, we ask you to, especially until you get on track, to stick to the low GI foods. And you have a huge, huge selection. You're not going to starve, and you're not going to be hungry, and you're going to actually enjoy it. Okay, this is what our body does when with low glycemic impact eating. What are the fat burning zones, and if when we're eating properly, we will burn fat a lot easier and a lot faster. Okay, this is step 2, the behavior modification that we talked about, the website, the meal, the journal, and the book. That little tiny book is amazing, and it gives you so many good facts and charts and suggestions, and it's a really good book. And the journal is too, and the journal has a place for affirmations, to write down notes, to tell us what you've eaten for the week, and it'll help guide you and give you ideas for recipes and meal planning. I'll say it again, journaling is so, so important, and I'm sure that anybody that's done the transition program would totally, totally agree with that. I mean, even when I go for my recertification, I bet they talk about journaling half of the time I'm there. They mention it every time they say something, they'll mention the journaling, because that's how important it is. Okay, and the stress reduction, the exercise, and it's all important, but all of this ties together to help you get healthy and stay healthy. Okay, these are what we would be doing every week, the different DVDs, and they're all very good DVDs, and it would be something that you would keep yourself and you could watch later to refer back to it. If there's something that you want to go over again, or you've forgotten something, or you want to be able to share it with somebody else, somebody in your family or a friend. And then week 12, we have a party. A healthy party. Okay, and the Transitions Lifestyle offers 6 different supplements. Okay, we have the stress tabs, the carbohydrate sensitivity tablets, the fat absorption, and we also offer now a new one called ACT, and that's your stress tab and your thyroid support together. And me, myself, I take that because I had a problem with my thyroid my whole life, and I was on Synthroid, which didn't really help. But since I've been doing this program and on my OPC, my thyroid is perfect. I don't need anything except my OPC and my new lifestyle. And this also helps with the stubborn, we have a Thermochrome that also helps with that last 5 pounds of stubborn belly fat, which we all have. It's just part of, our body. And after the age of 40, you really start to see it around the middle for men and women, more on women, and then men towards the abdomen. And we have the extended snacks, which are very, very good, and they're gluten-free, which is awesome because there's so many people, more than you realize, that are have gluten sensitivity. And a lot of that is because of our diet. It's because of what they put in our foods today. And the transition shakes are good. You would like them. I've tried both of them, and I actually drink that every day in my smoothie, which I'll go over in the class. It's a really good smoothie that someone gave me, and it's an amazing recipe, and it's good and it's healthy. And you can replace that as a breakfast or lunch. That's how much stuff I put in it. All healthy stuff, healthy ingredients. Okay. Also on the website, I forgot about there's a tracking program in there that can help us track you. We can track you, and you can track yourself. And it's also a reminder if you've forgotten to, if you decide to go on one of the supplements, and it'll remind you to take your supplements. Since we're all so busy, we all do forget things. Okay, once again, muscle dictates metabolism. That's huge with this program. And with exercise, your body will be in a fat-burning mode, which is cool, and you won't believe your energy level will go through the roof once you start getting on this program. I mean, I go sometimes, and I don't stop. I'm 12, 15 hours, and I'm still feeling good. So, other people that have done this program, they're the same way. We have a lot of people that have done this program, and they all have good results as long as they follow the program. And this, what will you learn is how not to diet. We will not count calories, and we will tell you why some carbs are healthier than others. We will help you to understand and read labels. And the labels out there, it's kind of sad what the government does. I mean, I'll give you a little tip right now that if you look at a label and it's got the letters OSE at the end of a word, that's sugar, okay? It doesn't say sugar, but it is. And there's other things like the hydrogenated oil, they change it to palm oil. So there's so many things that we can go through and help you understand what foods to stay away from and what to eat. And when you go into a grocery store, another thing I tell everybody when I do the health seminars, which we'll try to include in this class, is I usually try to include it anyway, is when you go in the grocery store, if you stay on the outside aisle, you're safer. Not 100% safe, but you're safer. Because the middle has all the chemicals, has all the cans, has all the preservatives. And the outside aisle, yes, has dairy and meat, but it's fresh. It's all fresh out there. And fresh is better than canned or frozen, okay? And healthy alternatives to fast food, there's so many things you can do. Do a transition meal instead of a fast food. And I really don't like to mention the companies out there that do fast food, but stay away from the one that sells the most toys. Because that's the worst one, okay? Chick-fil-A is okay, you know, and so is Wendy's, but I know this is all just between us, but the rest of them aren't that great. So do your due diligence and do some research and check it out for yourself on the internet, and you'll find out what I say is right. And there's so many ways to target fat loss and to increase your muscle mass and to improve your metabolism in this program. And artificial sweeteners, oh my gosh, we could do a whole lesson, a whole evening on just artificial sweeteners. So like I said, just do some research and you'll find out what I'm telling you is right. And there's some really, really good books out there that we can discuss that if you want to pick up and read them. There's some awesome information out there. Okay, the transition system was created by several awesome good doctors, people that had PhDs, physical therapists, personal trainers. You know, they all brought the knowledge to the table, and there was over 100 years of experience with all these people. And the program actually started with a lady by the name of Dr. Sherry Lieberman, and she brought some good knowledge to the table and good experience, and she had been actually using this program at different universities that she was teaching at before Market America found her. And so she shared it with Market America, and now we have the program in place for us. Okay, and we talked about the pilot program in the alternative therapy book. I mean, that's an amazing program that they went through. And the program yielded 2 times the weight loss and 3 times the weight loss. You know, and it's amazing what, if you know anybody that has an alternative therapy that you could borrow to read. I mean, I really wish we had more of these out there, but Market America, for some reason, stopped printing them. So if somebody, I mean, I have a couple of them, and if you want, we could even make copies of it, and everybody can get a copy of it, because it's very good information. And then you can read it and share it. And the results shown in these testimonials that we're about to show you vary, like, I mean, we all know that, but there's some very, very good results in some of these pictures. And we're not going to show them all because there's so many of them, but there's some awesome good stories that go along with it. I mean, this lady here, she looks amazing, doesn't she? And it's not about trying to get skinny. It's just about trying to get healthy. He does. So does she. And her kids were ecstatic when she lost the weight because she had the energy to take them out and play more.
I thought that was one of her kids in the middle there. But that's her.
Yeah, that's her. That's her. Yep. This couple here, they lost a total amount of 70 pounds, and Randy did lose more, and like I said before, men have an easier time of losing weight. But us women, we cannot get discouraged by that because we come out more beautiful. That's all. This lady here, I don't know if you all know her. I've known Charlotte for many, many years, at least 15 years. And she was even heavier when I knew her than when she came into Market America. And she helped me with my husband. She's a minister. And I mean, she's lost even more weight since this picture was taken. I think she's lost about 55 pounds. And she's an amazing person. And this is really good. Only 12 weeks and she did that much, 23 pounds. That was very good. Okay, these are the kits that we offer, okay, and right here, the multivitamin, that's a 30-day supply. We ask that each person go on at least a 30-day supply of the multivitamin and a 30-day bottle of the OPC to start out. And the other supplements come after you're done with the cleanse. And the cleanse is the first week, and then we get going on everything else. The DVDs, the journal, it's all part of the kit. And some very, very good information.
Why is the cleanse so important to it?
The cleanse is important because people, I mean, our diets cause us to sometimes get stuck. Our liver gets full, our colon gets full, and when it gets too full and we haven't done a cleanse, what happens is the stuff that gets in our colon and our liver can overflow. And when it overflows, it gets hard and crusty, and then you're sluggish, and it can cause some very serious diseases if you have that overflow, okay? And some very serious health problems will come, definitely, if you have an overflow. And getting rid of all that will help your whole life to change, your whole aspect of the program to change, because everything will be flowing better. And it's not the cleanse, the detox is not. You're not going to live in the bathroom, I promise. You know, it's getting rid of. You are getting rid of stuff, but you're not going. You don't live in the bathroom. It's just a normal process. And you know, people, we as adults, we forget about how we should really be doing when we're in the bathroom. We should be just like a baby. A baby eats and then goes to the bathroom. That's how we should be doing. And we should be going to the bathroom every time we eat. So we eat 3 times a day. You go to the bathroom 3 times a day. Okay? And also during this detox and through the rest of your life, you need to add good water to your body. And it depends on the person, on the size of the person, but I do 60 to 70 ounces of water a day. And I'm short, okay? I weigh about 120, but I still put that much water into my body. And I don't live in the bathroom going, you know, tinkle every 5 minutes either, because the more water you put in your system, the more your body will get used to it, and it stays with you, because our body is 70% water. So we need that water so we don't dehydrate.
I always tell everyone a good rule of thumb with my fitness company. I've always said this to them. You take your body weight, which is what you just did, you divide it in half, and that's how many ounces of water, because it really does go by how much you do weigh, rather than, 8 ounces of water. No. And most people think, wow, 60 ounces. They think that's way off the charts. But if you really look at that, that's really not a lot of water. And I'll tell you another little piece. If you drink room temperature water rather than ice-cold water, ice-cold water will shock your metabolism and actually slow it down.
Right.
Where at room temperature, you actually can consume more water, especially first thing in the morning when you get out of bed and your mouth is dry. You definitely can drink a lot of water at that point. So if you keep a bottle on your night table, you can get absorb a lot of your water at that time of the day.
You can. It's a very good point. Very good point.
But room temperature is a good way to drink your water.
It is, because you don't want to shock your body with that cold water, you know. So room temperature, because our bodies are very warm. So the room temperature is the best way to go.
Yep.
Okay, so are you ready to stop feeling tired and stressed and overweight? Are you guys ready for a change? So take charge and start this program today.
There you go.
These are some references if you want to. I'll leave it on the screen for a minute if you want to write any of them down and look it up. And there's also several other things that we can discuss during the classes that I can send you to other websites, to books, all kinds of stuff that we can share so you can learn all about what I'm teaching you and what Michelle's going to teach you, and even you can bring things to the table yourself, because I would love to hear more that's out there, because I'm not the expert. I just learned from doing this over and over and over and going to the classes. So anyway.
Explain to the callers exactly what does, because I think a lot of them don't even know what does a class consist of, as far as it's 12 weeks first.
Right.
And you go through different sections.
Right, right.
And so take us through, like, I mean, if they're in New Jersey, I'm looking up there because my NutriCleanse and my journal's up there.
Yeah, we need to do
yeah.
that.
But if, like, they're in New Jersey, do they have to be here?
No.
No.
No, it's very, very doable over the phone, because I do phone consultations and phone classes. And I also do one-on-ones. I do a room full of people. What you do every week, what we do is I go through their journals. We go through a DVD, one DVD a week, and then we discuss what was said on the DVD. And then we also go through question and answers. And then we have what we do is and so if we're not together in a classroom setting, each person watch the DVD ahead of time, and then we can discuss it over the phone, okay, with any questions or comments or remarks. And then we also have recipes that we discuss. And what I also ask the students 1 week for everybody to bring a recipe, and then everybody share that recipe. And then the next week I ask people to do things together. You know, I put people together in couples, and so they can coach each other, so they can be accountable to each other. And I ask them to call each other once a day. And you don't have to be on the phone a long time. If you can't call, then email something so you're staying in touch with your partner. Okay, and then Michelle and I will also keep in touch with all of you on every couple days or so, either email or phone. And if there's something that you want to discuss and it's in between that time, then you can call either one of us or email either one of us, and we'll discuss it with you. And then we also, these DVDs that I'm talking about, they discuss so many different things about exercise, about meal planning, what utensils in the kitchen to use. I mean, some things like before this program, there were some things I didn't know what to do, and I was never a real big fancy cook or a chef. And then I went to the Hyatt and I worked there 10 years, and I learned a few things from the chef, but this program even taught me more about things, how to cut things a certain way, and so it's kind of amazing what you learn. And there's also when we do a taste test one night, and we can still do that taste test over the phone by everybody ordering the same thing. We can do that, and we can still make it fun. So we don't want it to be boring for anybody. We want this to be fun and energetic. And when you get off the phone and you're done with the class, you feel good about what you did, okay? And you feel good about what you're doing for your life, and then what you're doing with the program, and you feel positive about it.
Okay, so let's talk for a second, probably on their minds, a little bit on mine, is cost factor.
Okay.
So, like, there were the kits. So for myself, like, each person's different, correct, of what they're going to order within the program, because I got the journal and I have my NutriClean and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm probably not going to eat the box food because that's not something I would do.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm not going to take all the supplements.
Mhm.
So maybe a few, but not all. So cost is going to be different for everyone, right?
Right, right. And there is a kit that you can choose for $99.95, and that gives some of the that offers some of the supplements and the little index book, your journal, and the DVDs and the CD. And that's $99.95 for that kit. You could do that. And you can also do, and then the 30-day OPC and the 30-day multi, that's about, I think that's about $60 or so for.
They're probably all getting that in their transfer buy anyway.
Okay, so, and then you stay on that even through the cleanse, the OPC and the multivitamin. And, but you don't start the supplements until you're done with the cleanse. So, and the journal is really, really important to have the journal because that will help you with a natural detox. If you're a person that does not want to do the colon cleanse that Market America sells, and then you want to do just the cleanse in the journal, that's fine. Some people do both. I did both because I wanted to go faster. You know, once I made up my mind, I wanted it to go away like tomorrow. So so I did both cleanses, and both cleanses are a little rough, but I know everybody, if I can do it, you guys can do it too, if that's your choice.
Joyce is talking about there's a cleanse for eating, and that's where you just basically eat steamed vegetables,
right,
and you really don't eat for those 7 days that you're on the cleanse. I mein, you eat, but it's a raw meal that you're having.
Yeah, lots
so
of.
That's why she's saying raw.
Yeah, it's in the journal. It's a lot of vegetables, no fast food, no meat, no coffee, no caffeine, a lot of water, lots of water, more than your average amount, and fruit, and if it's a person that is doing this and they just cannot, I mean, they're really, really getting tired and run down, then have a piece of meat, have a piece of protein. But we try to, it's only for 7 days, so we try to ask people if they can not to eat any meat, especially red meat. If you need some protein, choose chicken or fish, a good piece of chicken or fish. Fresh tuna is very, very good for you, and salmon is good for you also. And you know, so if you like that, that is a good thing to do. Canned tuna is bad for you, but fresh tuna is really, really good for you.
All right, Joyce. Well, I appreciate you doing the call, and we're going to open up to a couple questions, but I'm going to stop the recording, and thank you very much. And
thank you.